Welcome to our another topic. There is a clash. We can say there is an exchange of words between Arvind Kejriwal and Amitshah ji regarding 138th Amendment Bill, which proposes automatic removal of CM ministers, even Prime Minister post, if they are in jail for consecutive 30 days. On 31st day, their post will be automatically removed. So this is actually the proposed bill by NDA government, and it was proposed by Amitshah ji and strongly advocated by Amitshah ji. So now, recently Amitshah ji, he appeared in a TV and he was speaking actually regarding this bill. And after his interview, and very strong reaction from Arvind Kejriwal. Let's see what actually the war of votes, the exchange of votes between these two leaders, Arvind Kejriwal and Amitshah ji. Let's see actually what Amitshah ji said first. Sitting in an interview, this is what actually Amitshah ji said. Fair for ministers, chief ministers, for chief ministers or even the prime ministers accused of corruption or facing charges with more than 5 years punishment to run the government from jail? Is this the question he asked in the TV? That is it fair that the chief ministers and prime ministers sitting in the jail and run the government? Is it fair? This is actually the question asked by the question was asked by Amitshah in an interview, and giving very strong reply and reaction to that question. And Arvind Kejriwal, he posted on his X account that, then what about a leader who inducts hardened criminals into his party, helps them wipe off their cases, and then rewards them with positions like minister, deputy chief minister, even chief minister? Should such a minister or prime minister not also be forced to step down? How many years of imprisonment should such a person face? This is actually a strong question asked by Arvind Kejriwal. In simply, we can understand that Amitshah ji is targeting him, saying that he ran the government sitting in jail as a chief minister from jail, because we know that Arvind Kejriwal, when he was arrested in a liquor scam, he denied to resign as chief minister only because he said, I will run the government from the jail, and he ran the government from the jail. After he was released from the jail, then he resigned and has given the post to Amitshah. Otherwise, because he was taking it as a challenge that he was running the government from the jail. So he clearly mentioned, indirectly mentioned him that, is it fair for a chief minister to run the government from the jail? And then he clearly targeting this Bharatiya Janata Party, and he means to say that Bharatiya Janata Party, they used to call him washing machine because they inducted so many criminal, people who are released, who are being released on corruption charges into Bharatiya Janata Party. Whoever having criminal charges, corruption charges, the best way to avoid is just to join in Bharatiya Janata Party. If you join in Bharatiya Janata Party, you're away from the cases. So now he then referring to that, he says that it's okay that the criminals cannot run the government from the jail. Then what about those who are inducting hardened criminals into his party and helping them wipe off their cases, and then rewards them with positions like minister, deputy chief minister, even chief minister? Should such a minister or prime minister not also be forced to step down? Then how many years of imprisonment should such a person face? This is a serious question asked by Arvind Kejriwal. And still further, they also there are another statements. Amitshah ji said, when the constitution was made, the constitution makers would not have imagined such shamelessness that any CM would go to jail and remain the CM from jail. This is what actually here is very clearly targeting Arvind Kejriwal. And then Arvind Kejriwal replied saying, finally, if someone is falsely implicated in a case, sent to jail, and later acquitted, then how many years of jail should the minister responsible for framing that false case get? And he means to say that shamelessly he ran the government from the jail. And he says that the one who kept, false cases on me and sent me to jail, and then how many years of imprisonment to that minister or that chief minister or that prime minister who who filed false cases and sent me to jail. So that is actually the statements and counter statements between these two leaders. When the case went to the High Court, and again further Amitshah he said, when the case went to the High Court, it was argued that Arvind Kejriwal should resign because he is in jail. The High Court said that we believe that he should resign on moral grounds, but there is no provision in the current law. My party believes the Prime Minister of the country can run the government while being in jail. So this is a statement made by him. And further, the Arvind Kejriwal tried to give an explanation for this, where he said, when the center conspired to frame me in false cases and sent me to jail, I ran the government for 160 days from behind bars. In the past 7 months, the BJP government in Delhi has dragged the city into such a mess that people now recall those jail days of governance. At least back then, the power and water were available, medicines were free in hospitals and mohalla clinics, medical tests were free. One spell of rain did not throw the city into chaos, and private schools were not given a free hand to extort and bully parents. This is actually Arvind Kejriwal replied. Of course, few others also condemned this bill, 130th Constitution bill. We know that Mamata Banerjee strongly, she reacted to this, and she said, Trinamool Congress General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee also said, the bill will never pass as it requires support of 2/3 MPs of the House. But let's see whether it... and Mamata Banerjee says that this bill is actually, they want to end country's democratic era. Very strongly she written a big, 2-3 paragraphs on a Rex account. And there is another leader, he said the bill has been brought to target opposition, is Congress MP Amrinder Singh on Amitshah's remarks on Constitution Amendment Bill. So this is one thing. There is another leader. I think this says that majority of opposition parties in India bloc, as of now, except Congress and RJD, remaining all parties, they announced that they're boycotting the parliamentary committee on this 130th Amendment Bill. They already announced that we are not going to participate in parliamentary committee because they sent it to parliamentary committee. That bill was sent to a parliamentary committee, and all the opposition leaders, they said we are boycotting that parliamentary committee. As of now, the Congress, they have not yet announced their decision. And according to the news that even the Congress leaders, the senior Congress leaders, and putting pressure on the Congress High Command that you also should boycott along with the other parties. As of now, what are the parties? The TMC, SP, Aam Aadmi Party, Shiv Sena, all these people announced that they are not going to participate in this parliamentary committee meeting, joint meeting of. So now they're talking about, they're putting pressure on Congress also. And because the Rahul Gandhi and RJD, Tejashwi, both are busy in Bihar, so both of them have not yet made any statement on this. The remaining parties already, they announced their decision that they are not going to participate in that. So PM Modi attack the another Congress leader Imran Masood. He says that PM Modi attacking federal structure, regional parties will apart. So this is another Congress leader said according on the bill, and of course the Congress, and it says that it is a draconian act. So it is using its majority in parliament to push through the bill with the intention of targeting the opposition. So this is actually the Congress leaders said. And another Bhupesh Baghel, and Amitshah defending constitution amendment. Acha, is actually he should not talk about morality. Maybe I think Amitshah made some statement regarding morality of Rahul Gandhi. I think so. He was talking about morality of Rahul Gandhi, that Rahul Gandhi tore the papers of Manmohan Singh, something like that he was mentioning in the interview. So this Bhupesh Baghel, he says that he should not talk about morality. And this is about DMK in Tamil Nadu. Of course, Stalin also already written a big, a big comment condemning the bill on his ex account MK Stalin. And party also officially they said, so they want to show that they're monarchs, not democrats. And they said this is DMK and Amitshah's remarks on constitution. And of course, Trinamool Congress, they said already that we are not going to appoint members to JPC, Joint Parliamentary Committee, on bills to oust arrested PMs and CMs. And of course, this is the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, MK Stalin. He condemned the 130th Constitutional Amendment, calling it a black bill. He alleged it threatens democracy, allowing removal of elected leaders and mere arrests, and urged democratic forces to unite. So this is actually the controversy on the bill. We know that the bill, in nutshell, the bill proposes to oust the posts of chief ministers, even prime minister, if they are in jail for 30 days. The opposition says that what if you intentionally file cases on opposition leaders who are in the position of ministers, chief ministers and ministers, and those who are in post, if you intentionally file cases using central agencies like ED, like CBI, and just in the name of remand, in the name of custody for interrogation, you keep them for 30 days continuously in the jail, then they lose the post. So this may be already recently the Supreme Court said that you are using ED and CBI, central agencies, to target your opponents. So in this context, where there were allegations on Bharatiya Janata Party that they're using central agencies to target opposition leaders, so when when the using of central agencies are neutral, when the central agencies are not neutral, they're used as weapons to target opposition leaders. In such cases, in this scenario, this bill will be highly dangerous for the opposition leaders, that they may intentionally arrest and put them in jail to take revenge on the opposition leaders or to destabilize the governments. Maybe they may, the governments may also fall. If leader was put in the jail, if leader is put in jail. So this is actually the fear from the opposition leaders. Somewhat the argument of opposition leaders also looks something that logical, that when we see how the ED and CBI was being used for many days. Okay, thank you, namaskar.